Welcome, folks, to Glendale, Arizona and State Farm Stadium, site of this year's Verbo Fiesta Bowl, which, of course, is part of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before the national championship game. We'll find out here today which side has the toughness and the depth to keep driving toward that ultimate goal, the chance to raise that gold trophy over their heads. As we'll see the number 4 seed in this playoff, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff semifinal. Which team will keep their national championship hopes alive today? The kickoff team is out there, and here we go with this playoff semifinal game. Return starts from inside the 5. Gets it to the 25-yard line. That's where they'll start the drive. The Wildcats offense comes on the field first. Always enjoyed coming to the Fiesta Bowl. You got the modern Silver Stadium here sitting in the desert ready for this showdown.
Well, it's so many great memories here. Let's think back to the Boise State, Oklahoma back in '07. How about the classic between Oklahoma State and Stanford with Andrew Luck in 2012? And then the shocker just a few years ago with TCU over Michigan in 2022. This game has a history of providing the unexpected.
Scanning the field, it's Johnson. Fires it to the wideout. Looks downfield and connects with a wide-open wide receiver. They bring him down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39.
Well, the quarterback has just too much time against this zone. There's not enough pressure allowing him to sit back and pick apart this zone defense.
Catch made over the middle. They make the tackle, but not before. A solid gain on that pass. And completion makes it second and short.
How about the arm strength from this quarterback? He really didn't have any other option than to put it right in there and give it everything that he had. Great timing and a good job of squeezing that in between the defenders.
Offense moving closer to the line of gain after that catch. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Quick completion to the tight end. They get him at the 42, good enough for a first down.
Well, there's nothing better for an offensive coordinator than having a quarterback kind of get into a rhythm early in this game. Another great completion. This guy is off to a great start in this big playoff game.
Not much on that play, brought down short.
You know, in that era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
This will be third and short, the 7th play of the opening drive. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it here. The pocket breaking down. And he just throws that one away. Took a big shot, but avoids the sack.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. They've got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
Tackled at the 28. This offense threatening now. Another first down.
Boy, that is some determination by this offense here. Picking up a new set of downs on the run. The call works out perfectly. You just needed 2 yards. You pick it up. Now you've got another chance at points.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Boy, wide receiver screen can be hit or miss. Either receiver finds a nice crease and picks up big yards, or the defense completely negates that. The team speed from the defense here wins that play.
Pressure is coming. Quarterback looking to scramble. Slides to avoid the big hit.
How about this by the quarterback? He takes a negative play and turns it into positive yards and slides down before taking a big shot. It's an excellent job of getting down to avoid that big hit.
There's a shot toward the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Hey, these guys have been giving up some plays. I mean, this offense looked pretty good. They're moving the ball, but they get him to third down. They get pressure on the quarterback. Quarterback panics, puts that ball into coverage, and this defense comes up with that big interception.
The offense starts this drive in the shadow of their own end zone. They go with a direct snap. The gain is 3 yards. Brings up a 2nd down and 7. To throw, it's Jackson. Receiver makes the grab. Tackle made on the play at the 29-yard line.
Good job with the offensive line giving his quarterback time to throw. And you can see the damage he can do to you when he does have time. A great throw and something you just kind of expect in Tallahassee. A quarterback that can make throws like this.
Airing this one out toward the sideline. Oh, and it's dropped. A chance for a big play here in the early going, but some jitters on the part of that receiver. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Play action fake. Looking to throw. Looking for his big tight end. Oh, a nice play by the defender. Got a hand in there to break up the pass.
Just a great play on the ball by the defensive back, getting a hand on it and tipping it up into the air. Boy, anytime you see a tip go up, often that defense is thinking interception. This one falls to the ground, but the next tip ball.
And he lofts it toward the left sideline. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a 4th down.
Boy, this is all about the defense here. Nice stop here on 3rd down, but really it's about trying to get this offense behind the sticks. Once you get them behind the sticks, you can mix up your coverages, really affect the quarterback's eyes and disrupt the timing and the rhythm.
Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. They've got him, but they convert on 4th down, and the drive keeps going.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On 4th down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the 1st down.
And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, I love to see this quarterback sit in there and take the hit. But, man, he's got to do a better job of recognizing where to go with the ball and just throw it away. You can't throw it into double coverage.
They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Another great play by this receiver. And I tell you, the offense coordinator's doing a nice job of moving him around. The defense knew coming into this game how tough he'd be to stop, but the way they're utilizing him is making it very challenging to be able to create the matchups that the defense wants.
Offense set up. This is play number 10 in this series. Looking downfield, it's Jackson. Catch hauled in here over the middle. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the mark. They come to the line, a long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Running back grabs it on the screen. He's got some room. Can he get there? All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Knowles. That kind of execution, a long drive, that's why this team made it to the college football playoff.
That's exactly right. Being able to mix in the run with the pass, picking up 1st downs, and eventually coming up with the touchdown. That is a tough thing to do, and they made it look easy.
Lining up to try the extra point. And it's 7-0 after the PAT. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. First down here for this offense. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Looking to pass here on second down. It's a short completion to the big tight end. And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense flew all over that one. As we break for the quarter, Florida State is on top. And the first quarter is in the books. What is a huge opportunity for both these programs to get a step closer to a national championship. We expect the teams to have worked through some of the nerves of this playoff game as we begin the second quarter. A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. He's moving out of the pocket. Using his legs here. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run. The Wildcats will line up to kick it away. And the coverage team able to bring him down. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. The last possession, they really had the passing game clicking, move right down the field for a touchdown. Caught quickly. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
Caught near the sticks. It's Williams. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs. The Seminoles looking to cash in this red zone trip. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down. Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. Direct snap to the back. And that's a solid gain before the defense able to bring him down.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
It's a quick grab. And he's brought down just short of the marker on that play. Good job by the defense to prevent the first down. The offense already has one fourth-down conversion. Can they do it for a second time? The decision to go for it doesn't pan out.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
Minimal gain brought down short of the marker. Second down after that run on the previous play. Looking to pass, it's Johnson. Quick throw to his receiver. He's got a man down the middle. They'll stop him at the 34. That will be a first down.
One thing we know for sure, I don't know as a play caller, you can make that call without a quarterback who can throw it with a big arm. He put that on a rope.
On first down, it's play action. Defense is coming after him. Moves to his left now, escaping the pocket. Avoiding the sack, but the scramble results in just a very short gain. Second down after that previous play. On the ground, it's Giddens. They keep the drive going. It's a first down at the 46. And the Wildcats are on the move here. And looking to throw now on first down. Makes a quick catch. And look at the speed there. They finally bring him down, but it's a nice gain. That's a nice pickup there. They find some space in the zone and pick up the first down.
Yeah, really nice call here, Chris, to be able to pick up this first down on this drag route. The quarterback does a nice job of being patient, waiting for that window to open up in that zone, and he put it right on the money for the receiver to have a chance to not just catch it, but eventually get the first.
Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Bringing pressure. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Dropping back. We're going to throw for the first down. On the run here. Lets it go. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down. The Wildcats will bring their punt team on the field now. And he'll kick it away now for the second time. It looks like no return here as that punt heads out of bounds. And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. Defense got a big fourth down stop in the last possession. Let's see what happens here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they heave it deep downfield. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it. Second down here. Time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. Looking to pass. It's Jackson. He's going to take another shot right here. It's the 2-minute warning of this close, competitive first half. The offense now facing a 3rd and long from the 26. Got to avoid a mistake here. That's reeled in. It's Williams. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
This receiver has just that combination of speed and natural ball skill ability to be able to come up with play after play. Already over 50 yards here in this first half.
And the Seminoles begin a new series here, 1st and 10. He's running out of time here. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but man, make the play, bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
That's caught. It's McCoy. Finding some room at the 25. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles. So the offense clicking now, Kirk, building the lead, and this one could get out of hand.
Well, it's just complete domination. The offense is executing and doing their job, putting points on the board. The defense has shown up, prepared, ready to play. It just feels like this game's getting sideways in a hurry.
The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Bringing it out, it's Edwards. And the coverage team pins him in and brings him down. And the Wildcats offense back out on the field. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime to cut into this lead. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And he dumps it off to the tight end. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
But a huge hit by the linebacker. What a tackle. And now the defense will call a timeout here to make an adjustment on their side before this crucial play. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And he's got it. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Looking to chuck it again. Quick throw complete to the tight end. A big hit by the linebacker. Physical tackle there. Big versus big. Dropping back. It's Johnson. And that pass rush has trapped him. It's a sack. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Trying to extend the play. And they've got him again. That ferocious pass rush. Back-to-back sacks. Defense spends their second timeout to try to regroup. And the Wildcats will line up to punt it away. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Off the play fake, looking to throw. Short connection to the tight end here. Then he'll run out of bounds after picking up 2 yards on play. Second down play coming up. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Grab down the middle. It's Williams. Big play across midfield, was spotted near the 36. The offense calls a timeout here. That's their 3rd and final of the half. The offense really clicking against this embattled defense. Snags the quick throw. Finding space at the 20. forced out of bounds, but not before the football's moved inside the 10. It'll be first down and goal. And the Knowles come to the line with first and goal. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. He's got it right near the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Florida State. Kicking team out for the PAT try. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with a touchdown. Now they kick off and hopes the defense can get a quick stop. And he takes this from inside the 5. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And the Kansas State offense is back out on the field. It'd be a surprise if they took a risk here with the final seconds of the first half, backed up near their own end zone. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Hey, this defense continues to just be physical at the line of scrimmage. Offense can't do anything on the ground, and by doing that, this defense is allowing their defensive front to get pressure on the quarterback. Every time they drop back to throw, they become a one-dimensional offense.
And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Wildcats will kick it deep to begin the second half. Fields it just outside the goal line. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. They take the field with serious momentum. They have been tough to stop so far. Can they keep it going? Oh, it is incomplete. They call a screen on first down, but he just dropped it.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
And the broken tackle there produces a stop.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
Scanning the field, it's Jackson. Short throw complete to the tight end. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Another big play by this offense, and it continues to be the pass game. Between the offensive line, the receivers running good routes, and this quarterback making really accurate throws, they are dynamic and
Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Potentially a touchdown-saving tackle, but not before a long completion.
Chris, all week they heard about how fast this guy is. The defensive coordinator told them they watched the film. They've seen this guy a lot, but I think the reality of seeing it now in person, I think it's surprised them. They've got to make some adjustments to their defense, or this guy and his speed will continue to have a field day.
The completion makes it second down. Looking to throw again. Here's a screen pass to the running back. Brought down at the 5 after the catch. The offense really threatening now.
Just much like we saw in the first half, this quarterback can put the ball right on the money. Now, you know the defensive coordinator at halftime spent all the time he could with his secondary to come up with answers on how to try to slow this guy.
Touchdown, Knowles. And this one is getting ugly. And now the try here for the extra point. Extra point makes it a 28-zip lead. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Looks like he'll try to make a play with the return. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Okay, the K-State offense is back out on the field now. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Heading left after the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional, and I think it's allowed this defense to really lock in on that quarterback.
Crucial third down play after that completion. Back to throw. It's Johnson. The pass rush. Nowhere to go here, and the ball is knocked loose.
Well, just like running backs, quarterbacks, when they decide to pull the ball down and run, they've got to protect it. He left it out away from his body exposed, and it got knocked away. He's very fortunate he had a teammate who was able to get on top of it.
Oh, and he's got some space here. And the coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. The passing game was clicking beautifully in the last drive, right down for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. Finally brought down, but this is a big play. Moves the ball down to the 41. This is turning into a monster day for this quarterback, Kirk. His passing yards now up over 350.
Yeah, and it seems like this defense has tried everything. They're blitzing, they're sitting back in zone, they're trying to double coverage certain receivers. Everything that they've tried is, unfortunately for them, not working because of how well this quarterback is seeing it and throwing today.
They'll look to throw it here on second down. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage.
I mean, how about this offense and this execution? That's 3 plays, 3 completions in the blink of an eye, and now it's first and goal.
And he's finally tackled out at the 2-yard line.
It's a good, solid game, 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
All right, it's second down and goal now for this offense. Touchdown, Seminoles. And the route is on.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his second touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
So they'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. PAT is good, and the lead grows to 35-0. Now they get set to kick it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Wildcats offense back out on the field. Are coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. The ball is loose. No turnover. Offense recovers the fumble. So after taking a closer look, the officials are going to overturn that previous ruling on the field. Looking to throw. It's Johnson. And he's tackled after the catch.
That's what makes this tight end so dangerous. You can flex him out into that slot position. He shows you his versatility. He can be an inline guy that can block, but here he shows you what he can do with his hands.
They punted 4 times already, on the verge of a 5th, but they can't convert this third down. And the quarterback finds the tight end for the completion. And the game just good enough for a first down.
Good job by this offensive line, and a great throw by the quarterback to get that first down there on third down. It's exactly what they needed to do. This is too big of a game. They've come too far. They're in the playoff. You're down in the second half. Good job of keeping this drive alive.
Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down. It's a run to the left. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, how about that? Another call and another bad result for this offense. Kind of a microcosm of how this entire football game has gone. They're just trying to bleed that clock and get out of here. Nothing working at all.
Now in third and very long, looking to throw. He's got it for a big gain. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down. This offense has been struggling, still scoreless, but on the move now with a 1st and 10. Here comes a handoff. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
And the defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll try to run for the first down. Looks like Kansas State will have the first down. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. As we break for the quarter, Kirk, Florida State is on top. This has been thorough domination for 3 quarters. A real statement confirming their status as a national championship contender. And check out the stats so far. So let's get back to the action. 1 quarter away. What would be an impressive CFP statement. Kansas State getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. And it falls incomplete.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
Missed his receiver. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense has been lights out all year long. In fact, it's been one of the best pass defenses in the country. Big reason why they're in this playoff, and they're living up to that standard today.
And it's caught across the middle. Brought down to the 27. It's a first down. This offense really threatening now.
Finally, good for them. They come up with a big play like this. Let's face it, offense has been at a premium for these guys. You wonder where plays like this have been all game long.
Tackle made after a solid run by the junior.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where in the heck was that all game? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping that to himself, thinking, all right, maybe this is something to build on. Maybe something positive can come out of this. You're going to have some bad games from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready in the future. That right there, man, that's what they've been looking for all game.
Holding penalties can be the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it stalls this one. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. And the running back takes the handoff. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Defense has been out there forever. The 14th play of this drive. Dropping back. It's Barnett. Running out of time in the pocket. He'll be taken down. Marker on the field. If it's on the offense, that'll be a sack. So the offense obviously will decline the penalty and take the result of the play. On a drive that just won't end, it's 3rd down and long. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Defense able to stop him. It's 4th down now. So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. The distance will be from 36 yards away. Knocks that one right down the middle. So they get the 3, but the margin is still huge.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. State offense on the field. This group has been clicking. They really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. And they'll work the clock here by keeping it on the ground. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing. Getting set. Here's second down. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Looking for the wideout. Oh, and it's almost picked off. A chance for their first interception today. Going to set up third down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And he'll drop back here on third down. And he'll loft this one deep to the left side. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up fourth down.
Hey, I understand the aggressive approach here on third down and long, trying to pick up the first down, but look at the scoreboard. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. Smart play would have been to keep running the football, work the clock, force them to use their timeouts. Now at fourth down and long with the lead. Tough decision here. I think you got to punt it away.
And he's going to float this one to the right side. Downfield and incomplete. A fourth down stop. The offense is set up with excellent field position. Looking to throw it on first down. On the run here. Lets it go. Receiver makes the catch. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch. That completion makes it second and medium. Play action fake. Looking to throw. And with nobody open, he chooses to just throw it away. Now it's third and short from the 21. Defense trying to make a stand here and prevent a touchdown. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. The defense swarms to make a tackle for loss on that third down catch. Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field trying to chip away at this lead. Fourth down. He's throwing for it. Flips it to the running back. Can he make the first down? No, they've stopped him short. The defense with a big fourth down play to protect this lead late in the game. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. Last possession, they were stopped on fourth down, but it didn't cost them anything. And they put together something here. Short pass finds the tight end. To get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33.
Man, I've really enjoyed watching this guy play all year, and it's been great to see him in person today, making good decisions, accurate throws, and keeping this offense moving.
Makes the grab. It's McCoy. He's found some room at the 45. Marked out of bounds, but it's another big game. This air attack, no problem moving the ball up and down the field today. Another chunk play. This offense is really clicking. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, we saw a lot of this in the first half. They go right back to him again, and we can see the second half, that same trend continuing. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm rolling my coverage. Get a corner up in his face and put a safety back behind him. Some kind of double coverage to slow this guy down.
The Noles trying to punch it in. It's first and goal. Oh, it's snapped to the back. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line.
Touchdown, Florida State. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly. Kicking team on now for the extra point. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Fielded in the end zone. It's Edwards. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. And the Kansas State offense is back out on the field. This has been a monumental mismatch. A beatdown for the ages. It's almost over, thankfully. A huge hit by the linebacker. A collision of big bodies there.
Chris, now that we're to this game, it's a good time to just kind of step back and appreciate the job this defense has done throughout the entire game. They've applied correctly.
And a senior making a disruptive impact play.
It is a sack party out there for this defense. Everything going their way. You know that this offense is going to try to throw the football down by such a big margin late in the game. And this defensive line is bringing the heat. They come up with another.
And the Wildcats will have to kick it away. Offense goes backwards on this drive. He's on to punt it away now. They'll punt it from inside their own 10. Oh, and he's got a crease here. Look out. And the returner is brought down. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. This has been a tremendous performance by this team. Now just the finishing touches. Run out the clock and let the party begin. They get him down, but not before he gets to the plus 38.
Chris, a lot of these NFL scouts think that his speed is unique. I think it's the route running and the instincts to read coverage that really separates him. He has put on a show today.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. Dropping back, it's Glenn. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Defense flies in. They make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Trying to bait this defensive line into believing they have a shot to get to the quarterback on the pass. Instead, they recognize screen right away, make a really nice play for lost yardage.
No shot to bring him down. And they pick up the first down at the 23, getting closer to the red zone. The Seminoles come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Tight end makes the grab. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Boy, this defense cannot find any way to slow this guy down. He's been making plays like this all game long, over 100 yards receiving on the day now.
Makes a quick grab.
Boy, these guys just won't let up. I mean, they already have this game out of reach. They have a big lead. They're still throwing the football and still just putting it on this deep.
Touchdown, Knowles. To stretch the lead, the route is on.
You know, coaches love to see a football team that doesn't get caught up in the scoreboard. They're just out executing and doing what needs to be done. That's what we're seeing from this offense. Yeah, they continue to put points on the board and they're pulling away. I just love to see the execution and how they're going about their business.
And he knocks through the PAT. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Bringing it out, it's Edwards. They stop him at the 11. Not good field position to start the drive. First down here for this offense. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion. Pass complete. It's second down now. To throw, it's Barnett. Fires it to the wideout. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. He's tackled short of the 30, but that's good enough for a first down. Well, that's a great performance in a pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play and be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship. That says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically. And they hit one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
The final game. Hopefully I can go ahead and finish this off, man, before I turn to EA 26.
Welcome, everyone, to a piece of college football history as we crown this season's national champion. There's been so much that's gone into getting here, twists and turns, and now it builds to this, the battle for supremacy. And what a matchup this is. Two survivors of the expanded college football playoff grind, two of the top 4 seeds when it all began. Both sides have been challenged and pushed all year and through the playoff. Now it's time to find out who can take that final step, as we'll see the number 3 seed in this playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. And this is it. 2 teams enter, 1 team leaves here as national champions. Let's get this going. The kickoff team is out there, and you can feel the energy. 1 game to determine the national championship. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. So Alabama's offense will be the first up today. Well, here we go, Kirk. The energy in this place is tremendous. We are 60 minutes away from crowning the new national champion.
And think about it, Chris. These 2 teams have put everything into this to get to this stage and this opportunity.
Nowhere to go. The ball knocked loose. Able to get the ball back, but it could still be a drive killer. So back to their own 9-yard line, it's 2nd and long. They're going to run it. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
There's a timeout on the field. The coach wants the officials to take another look at that one. Thinks he might get an overturn. So not what the coach was hoping to hear. Took a chance with the timeout to get the replay. We'll see if burning that timeout is costly down the road. Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 37.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field.
Chris, just by watching this guy all year, the defense better be very careful to let this guy find that rhythm. I've seen him where he goes.
The pass is intercepted. Not much of a return, but the important thing is the interception sets the offense up at the 45.
Boy, a costly mistake here by the quarterback. Forces that ball into coverage, and the defense comes up with the interception. Hate to see the game start off like this for this offense.
Big guys up front, lined up. It's 1st down. Dropping back, it's Glenn. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's 2nd down. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Pulls it in. It's McCoy. You make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28.
Another great throw by this quarterback to be able to pick up a 1st down and keep this drive alive. I tell you, he's starting to kind of feel like he's getting into a zone. Boy, Chris, over the years, how many Florida State quarterbacks have we seen get in that zone? Guys like Chris Wenke and Jameis Winston, Charlie Ward, and so many good signal callers that have played at FSU.
Really solid 1st down gain. He's just short of the marker, so maybe a chance here to take a downfield shot. They go with a direct snap. And the Seminoles are going to keep this drive rolling.
Look, I realize in any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And it's incomplete. He dropped the first down pass over the middle. Incompletion makes it second down. Running back has it on a screen now. Brought down after the catch, but at the 8-yard line. The offense threatening here. An important third down conversion coming here in the red zone.
Good time here to drop this screen in by the offensive coordinator. And a nice job by the running back being able to pick up some positive yards here on this play.
And the Knowles line it up with first and goal.
Well, good push up front here in this back. I tell you, he's got some outstanding vision to be able.
And the ball is knocked loose. Who's got it? Defense grabs the football. It's a turnover.
I think that's on the quarterback and the offensive line. They were breathing down this quarterback's neck before he could even recognize that they were there, and they were able to knock it loose.
Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Everybody knows how hard it is to run the ball when you're this close to your own goal line. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to try to run the ball to get it away from the shadow of that goal line. But you got to do a better job than that. You're a yard away from giving up 2 points in a safety because you couldn't hold your own up front.
And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground. Alabama comes up to the line quickly.
Chris, everybody in the stadium, including this defense, knew they were going to run the football just to get it away from the shadow of their own goal line. What's amazing is they were able to pop a big run like that. And if you're the defensive coordinator, it's got to be one of the most frustrating things. Let's give credit to the offense. They blocked it well and made it happen.
To throw, it's Simpson. Catch is made down the middle. Takes a big shot there from the defense, but moves the sticks. First down. A new set of downs after that completion. There's some pre-snap movement. Back in motion. Grab behind the line. It's Miller. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense. Important second down play coming up. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. And he floats this pass deep down the right side. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there. But now it's third down. They come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. On third down, he drops to throw. Wow, back-to-back deep shots. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big game, but he couldn't hold on. Special teams on the field now. Here comes a punt. And he punts it out of bounds, so no return. And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. They moved it well last time. Got across the 50, but then fumbled the football away. Running back grabs it on a screen. They finally get him down, but a solid gain on that screen pass. Good call there.
Well, this is great execution here on this screenplay to the running back to pick up big yards and a first down. I think in the process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want. When you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
Here's the second down play. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. Down he goes, a sack.
Oh, another great play by an Alabama defensive lineman. And you just think about over the years, probably the last 30 years, going all the way back to John Copeland on that 1992 Alabama defense. Most recently, guys like Jonathan Allen, Ron Payne, Quentin Williams. You can always count on Bama having great defensive linemen and difference makers.
So, Kirk, we reached the end of one. So far, a defensive stalemate here in the early stats illustrating the story. As we get lined up here for quarter number 2, we'll see if the offenses can get going. They didn't do much in the opening quarter. The Knowles will come to the line on fourth down looking to convert. Trying for a fourth down completion. He's brought down. A sack will end this drive. Huge play here by the defense.
That's really good coverage downfield, and it just looked like the quarterback was waiting and waiting and waiting a little bit too long. By the time he decides to try to make a throw, nothing's open. And result is a sack and a turnover on downs.
They get him down, but that's a solid gain. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Back to pass. It's Simpson. The pocket breaking down. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Can he take it all the way?
Boy, Chris, he hesitated just enough to give the defense a chance to get in position and come up with a big turnover.
And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. The last possession, they were stopped on a fourth down try. Can they get something going here? That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down. Direct snap to the pack. That one moves the ball across the 40.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
They're going to throw for it on third and short. Here's a screen pass to the running back. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
Looking for his big tight end. Falls incomplete, broken up by the defender nicely that time.
And defensive back played that route so well. Right on the receiver's hip, saw the ball, and just swatted it away.
Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Looking to throw yet again. The short completion of the tight end. They'll stop him short. The completion gained 5 yards, but brings up fourth down. The Seminoles will come to the line looking to keep the drive going on fourth down. Fourth down, looking to throw for it. That's reeled in. It's McCoy. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. The coach's choice to go for it does not pan out. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Caught behind the line. It's Miller. Defense drops him for a loss. Tougher second down on the way. And the quarterback dropping back. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end.
That's the thing with this guy. You've got the ability to flex him out. He shows his versatility and what he can do from that slot position. He could be the quarterback's safety blanket.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Down goes the quarterback. It's a sack.
Great call here going with that nickel defense, giving you more speed on the field in that third down and long. Nowhere to go. Gave the defensive line plenty of time to come up with that sack. And now it's fourth down and long.
And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. With the catch, it's Hill. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. Completion gains about 6 yards, but now it's a fourth down call.
The quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down, but instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
And he's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop. Handoff here from the shotgun. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards. That's the 2-minute warning now here in the first half. Now it's second down here. To the air, it's Simpson. Lets it fly to the wideout. And it's incomplete as he just overthrew his receiver that time. Third down now after the incompletion. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Can't find anybody on third down, throws it away. And now fourth down coming up. The punt team making their way on the field. And the punt lands out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they'll spot it here. And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Quick completion to the tight end. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
The completion sets up a second down play. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance, but he held it just a little bit too long. The defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
Head coach say, we'll try it again. They're 0 for 3 on previous fourth down attempts. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. It's a short completion to the big tight end. Tackle is made. That's good for a first down to the 47.
Gutsy call to go for it, but it works. The quarterback and receiver are in sync, and you pick up enough yards to move the sticks.
And the Seminoles line up on 1st and 10 now. He's past the marker and still going. They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the plus 40. The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. Good job of the defense to fight through the blocks on that screen. He's short of the first down marker. Second down after that short completion. Looking to throw. It's Jackson. And he dumps it off to the tight end. But a huge collision. Blow delivered there by the linebacker. Offense gets set up here. It's third down. Oh, it's snapped to the back. Takes the football inside the 30, and that's a first down.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Going to try to use his legs here. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
This is a long march now. Offense getting ready for play number 10. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Caught quickly. Heads out of bounds and a short gain on the play.
Man, where's the scouting report for this defense? You knew coming into this game this tight end was capable. That's his 5th catch in this first half.
Picks up a gain here. They'll stop him just a few inches short of the first down marker. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Chris, thanks. What else might we expect in a game of this magnitude? Everything on the line. The eyes of the sports world on this battle with the coveted gold trophy at stake. And a really competitive game so far. I'm talking razor-thin margins in the big statistical categories. And while it may be a broken record, turnovers are the name of the game. The team that limits them, the ones that win that turnover margin, generally speaking, are the ones that have the best chance to get that dub. And with that, let's send it back to Chris and Kirk in the booth. Fellas, hard to believe we're only one half away from crowning a national champion.
The turn begins inside the 10. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. Back to pass. It's Jackson. Looking to set up a screen pass here. And they'll bring him down. The defense fought through the blocks, and they stop him short of the first down. That completion makes it second and medium. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Looking for his big tight end. He pulls it in for a big gain. They lose the ball to about the 45. That's good for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Grab down the middle. It's Williams. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play. Offense getting set. Second down play here. They go with a direct snap. Runs through the defender. They get him down, but not before he gets to the plus 38.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
The sophomore able to get home with the sack.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
That's caught. It's Williams. Tackle, but first down.
The defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback, recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
It's a quick grab. They stop him after a short gain. It's not a first down.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Punt over the middle. It's Hill. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a first down. Well within field goal range now, but they're hoping for more as they line up here on third down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
They get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. Coming to the line on second down, this is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Direct snap to the back. And he's finally tackled out at the 2-yard line.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little...
Touchdown, Seminoles. That puts them on top in the second half. So a long, methodical scoring drive. Great execution with championship pressure, Kirk.
Man, this is the biggest stage that you can play on. You're in the national championship, and drives like that are going to wear down the opponent physically and mentally. This wasn't an accident. They were very intentional on how they worked their way down the field, and it pays off in the end.
Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. This group is coming off a quick 3-and-out. Can they put something together in this drive? It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. An inside give now from the shotgun. And he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there. Second down play coming up for this offense. Back to throw. It's Simpson. Tipped and then dropped. A chance to make a play, but instead it's third down. Let's see if the offense can move the chains off that incompletion. And third and short, they hand the ball off. Tackle inside the 40, and it's good enough for a first down.
Good job up front by that offensive line, getting a good push to be able to allow the back to pick up this first down. This is an important drive for this offense. Now that they got a first down, they can open up this playbook and keep attacking this defense.
And they'll go right back to him on first down. The junior able to bring him down quickly. Second down after that run on the previous play. Off play action, he's looking to throw. Heavy pressure, he lets it go. Able to get the pass away, but took a hit that time. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on third and long. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Lets it go quickly. That's the third pick tonight thrown by this QB.
Just a great job of anticipating that and coming up with a big interception by this defense. Because they have this lead, they've really forced this offense to become one-dimensional. They're expecting the ball to be into the air. The defensive backs have their eyes on the ball, and they're able to capitalize with a big pick here in the national title.
Pass caught, second down now. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Quick throw complete to the tight end. Tackle made after the completion. So a very makeable third down for the offense from the 29. Oh, it's snapped to the back. And the Noles pick up enough yardage for a fresh set of downs.
Boy, just a blown opportunity here by this defense. They got them to third down, a chance to potentially get them off the field. And the fact that they're trailing, they needed to make a play. You've got to give credit to this offense. In the national championship, that big offensive line opened up a hole, and they pick up the first down and keep working clock.
To the air, it's Jackson. Running back has it on the screen now. Tackle after he makes the first down as the seconds tick away here in the third quarter. As we break for the quarter, Kirk, Florida State is on top. We've reached the end of the third quarter in this national championship battle that has lived up to the hype. Before the final period, let's check out the game stats. Pretty good chance it's going to come down to the final possession. Which guy can step up and make plays as we head to the fourth quarter. The Noles pick up enough yardage to get a first down. Pressure is coming. Makes a quick catch. They bring him down, but the gain moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43.
I just continue to be in awe of this offense. Even with the lead, these guys are going to play for 60 minutes. They do not let up. Here they are. Typically, you want to run the football here to work the clock. But these guys stick to the game plan and keep throwing the football, trying to get more yards.
That completion makes it second and medium. Looking to throw it again. Short connection to the tight end here. They bring him down to the 27. This offense really threatening now. The Seminoles getting set on 1st and 10. They go with a direct snap. Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop him.
Well, how fitting for him to get another nice carry here, because it's been that kind of game in the national title. We knew coming in that he was going to be showcased. I didn't think he would have this kind of performance on this big of a stage, but he has, and a big reason why they're going to win this national title.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? They'll use that running game, trying to bleed the clock here.
Great job by the running back of staying inbounds to continue to work that clock, working here in the fourth quarter with the lead. You got that defense getting closer and closer to their goal line. They are backed up, and they are desperate.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State. Well, the call was sort of predictable, Kirk, but that tight end is just so tough to stop down here in the red zone.
Listen, speaking on behalf of all quarterbacks, you get down into the red zone, you're looking for that big target that you can trust. He's going to run a quick route, and he's got a big wingspan to allow you to make a throw up into the air. He can go up and make a catch over most defenders. Really good execution. They come up with 6.
He'll return it from inside the 5. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Defense is coming after him. Pressured and dropped back at the 8-yard line. Alabama comes up to the line quickly.
Well, here we are in the national championship, and you always talk about offense, and it is. It's become an offensive game, but how fitting to see this defense. This team has a nice lead, and a large portion of that has to do with the way they've been able to get after this quarterback. That's the second sack in this game.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Here's a shot toward the right sideline. And he's intercepted for the 4th time tonight. They bring him down after a short return, but the takeaway sets up the offense near midfield.
Oh, man, Chris. Chris. I really thought this offense had a chance to get back into this game. The only thing you'd hate to see is the interception. But give credit to the defense. They come up with a big play that potentially ices the game.
And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure. Direct snap to the back. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Boy, we got a smart offensive coordinator on our hands today, Chris. Great job of just keep feeding this running back, keep it on the ground, working with the lead in the fourth quarter, force them to use all their timeouts, and just keep working that clock.
And he's tackled just short of that first down marker. Good job by the defense.
Now, there's just nothing here for the quarterback to do other than throw it to his back and hope that he can get the yards after the catch, enough for the first down. But the defense gives some yards, but not enough for him to get to the sticks.
The offense is still on the field. They're only 1 for 4 on fourth down plays so far. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Bringing pressure. And the pass is incomplete. A crucial misfire here late in the game. The ball will turn over on downs. Looking downfield. It's Simpson. Fires it to the wideout. And the defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up. Second down here. Time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Grab down the middle. It's Law. He's taken down, but that's a nice gain. They'll spot the ball now at the 35. First down and 10 now. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. And it's picked off in the end zone. Not much on the return, but they create the turnover.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
That's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure. Second down after the incompletion. Oh, it's snapped to the back. 7-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 3. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 27. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. And the Seminoles will have 1st and 10 here. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Fires it to his target. And he's got his man open downfield. And a big gain across midfield moves the ball inside the enemy 40-yard line. Defense takes their 3rd and final timeout of the half to talk strategy. First down, we're going to throw the football. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. And they finally stop him down at the 5. Solid gain on that catch and run. And the Noles looking to cap the drive here. It's 1st and goal.
How about this guy making this throw? I mean, they have harassed him all game long, and here we are in the fourth quarter. He takes another hit, and this time gets enough on it to be able to complete it. Great play by the quarterback.
They go with a direct snap. Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, Noles.
Man, that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a 3rd or a 4th later today.
Extra point up and good. A 3-touchdown lead now here in the final quarter.
I'm going into 26 as the champ, baby, undefeated.
And here's the return from inside the 5. Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. This has been a rough game for these guys. Not much left to do but play for pride. Looking to scramble now. Catch made for a big game, but the fans are wondering where was that earlier in this football. The clock is still running. They got to get set quickly. And he spikes it to stop the clock. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Scanning the field. It's Simpson. He's running out of time here. And it's the senior getting home with the sack. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. Drops back. Looking to throw for it on third down. And he's going to float this one to the right side. Here's another interception. We're losing track. Big takeaway. Now looking for a big return. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
I just don't think there's anything else you can do as a play caller. You've got to be able to throw the ball downfield. You just got to hope that your quarterback and receivers can execute when the defense knows it's coming. Here, the interception cost them.
And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. Not much the defense can do here. Time to just kneel down and take the victory home. Lofting it toward the left sideline. But this one is broken up. Ball's incomplete.
Boy, that was beautiful. Man, this defensive back, he's putting on a clinic today on how to defend against the deep ball and man coverage without committing a penalty. I'm sure the secondary coach is very proud of that execution.
Second down, we're going to throw it. And now another deep ball here. And the pass is dropped, incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Tries to beat the pressure with a deep shot. And that one's incomplete with just 7 seconds left on the clock.
Chris, I just don't know about this call. I like the aggressive approach, but at this point, late in the game, playing with the lead, third down and long, maybe you run the ball. You know, work that clock. Continue to think about the big picture. Now you're facing fourth down and long, and I think you got to punt it away and hope that...
It's a deep throw down the right sideline. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. He's got some open field ahead. The tackle is made, and now it's official. We have our national champions. Well, it wasn't a flawless performance, Kirk, but they looked pretty good out there today in a very satisfying W.
I think this group has a chance to do some really special things this year. They clearly have talent to be able to work with. And I've been impressed with how this head coach managed the game and led his team to a victory.
Well, that's going to do it for us and wrap up another outstanding season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Bauer. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. Officially, your kings of the college football world and national champions, the Florida State Seminoles.
Thank you for watching. 26, here we come.